Hello, my dear friend. Nice to see you again. Welcome to our conversation part of Chapter 4. Let's welcome our lovely Hermé to join our discussion.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you again. And I would say I have watched your solo part, and I saw that you talked about humaneness. And I would say this is one of my most favorite topic, and I am glad that we are going to discuss about it today.
Yes, I'm glad to hear that this chapter and the topic is her favorite topic, okay, humaneness. But to me, it's a very broad topic because after all, humaneness is the most essential concept in Confucian teaching. So actually, as I said in my solo part, I would like to emphasize again, humanity, why people are more likely to have this quality to be humane, because it's originated from the Mensch's four roots of the heart. And the first heart is the feeling of compassion. So he was saying that everybody have such a sprout of a feeling to be compassionate to other people. So that leads to the possible humaneness which should be possessed by the people. So what do you think?
Yes.
And yeah.
As I mentioned that this is one of my favorite topic, and you also mentioned how broad it is, and why I liked it so much is because humaneness includes kindness. It is all about being courteous, being generous towards other people. So I think when we talk about all of these terms, it means that it is not only related to your own self, but also it is related to other people. It is all about creating a good relationship among the human beings, among the people that exist in the society. Mm-hmm. So it extends from one's personality to the people who one deals with. Mm-hmm. So this is the reason. This is very, very important.
Yes, indeed. You remind me of this the second aspect to understand this humaneness. It's all about a human relationship, and it's just like character, like two person come along each other, which we have explained in our solo part. Yes, and also you mentioned that the courtesy and generosity, kindness and trustworthy, these are all the qualities of to be humane. And so you think it's very important?
Yes.
Why?
Humaneness is something that can bring peace to the world, and as I mentioned, that it is about creating a good relationship with other people. And when a person is kind, just imagine what a world would look like if all the human beings in the world are kind. Mm-hmm. The world would be a better place, and there will be peace all over, and there will be no chaos. Mm-hmm. So this is the reason humaneness is very important.
Yes, I know, I agree with you. But the fact is that although the academians or scholars emphasize the importance of a humaneness, but why? The fact is that some people are humane, some people have more kind of kindness than other people. Why?
Oh, yes. I also thought about this so much. I thought why, when this is so important, and the master put a lot of emphasis on the importance of this whole idea that we all have to be humane and everything, but still there are people who do not want to practice it. And I think the reason is that human beings only go for the short-term results. They want things instantly. Mm-hmm. So whenever they have some kind of desire, they just don't care about whether they are harming people, or they're just being selfish. They just do it because they think that this will bring them some good result for a time being. Mm-hmm. But when we look into the long run, mm-hmm. then I think being humane is very beneficial to all of us, not only to a person but also to the society. And we should let go of the mentality which we have about like, okay, doing things instantly and going for the short-term results, but we should think in a long run. So, and I think in this way, the people who are not practicing humaneness will understand, like, even though sometimes it's hard to do it, sometimes, you know, always being courteous, compassionate and kind towards people, because you have your kind of purposes as well, but in the long run it is going to be really great, it is going to be beneficial.
Okay, just like Zhenzi was saying about a man of a good character, and he must be very broad and resolute. And his task is audience, and his path is very long because he is like overloaded or carry on this humaneness. So that's why. But still, we need to continue to kind of spread such a spirit. So yes, and another key word is about reciprocity. So basically means the shared feelings among people by both sides, okay? And actually it appeared several times in the Analects, and there's a famous sentence about do not do to others what you do not wish to be done yourself, okay? So have you heard of it?
Yes, it is the golden rule, and it is the foundation of like creating a relationship that can bring, you know, mutual benefits for the people. So yes.
Yes, and also the reciprocity is so important. I remember one of the sentence, and when the disciples asked the Confucius, can you give me a word which can be seen as a guidance for my whole life? And the answer from the master is this term, this word, reciprocity. So it's very big and very broad term indeed, reciprocity. And also we have the second level to develop this idea, and the Confucius was saying that why you establish yourself, and you always think about establish others, and accomplish yourself while you're thinking about accomplish others. Yes, so that exactly what you're talking about, the relationship among people, okay? And do you know we have the third level about this idea?
Oh, so what's that? Would you like to share it with me?
Because just now you were talking about the long term and a long kind of, what I'm talking about, long journey to have this humaneness on our shoulder. It's a kind of a mission, obligation. So, and also the third level is about this idea. Actually, it's about Confucius' kind of a view about the trinity between the heaven, earth, and the human beings. Although human beings always is considered the center, because all the Confucius teachings are focusing on the human beings, from a concrete living being to becoming a true person. Okay, as you mentioned a lot about how to be a better person. So actually, but how do we see ourselves as one of the entity in this universe? How can we create a kind of a harmonious coexistence with heaven and earth? So that is what I mentioned, the third level to understand this relationship. About the third level of this idea, I would like to quote the original text. I do not want to miss one word again. So actually it was from the book of the Ming, Zhongyong, and it's talking about if people can fully develop the nature of the things, they can then assist in the transforming and nourishing process of heaven and earth. If they can assist in the transforming and nourishing process of heaven and earth, they can thus form a trinity with heaven and earth. It's kind of encouragement of people. We should take like a proactive engagement in transforming, assist in transforming the heaven and earth.
Yes. As you quoted one saying from the Jong, yes. And I would like to quote one of my favorite that is also about humaneness, and that is when the master said, "The determined and humane men would not compromise on the humaneness to beg for their life. They would rather sacrifice their lives to accomplish the humaneness." Like, see,
Yes.
as you said, like it's
Yes.
broad and it is as important as one's life. So
Yes, indeed. I mean, it's difficult to fully understand it, and it's even more difficult to put it into our daily practice. But as long as we abide by such a principle, and we can be a better person. Okay, and we have two more terms left for this dialogue. One is about loyalty and trustworthiness. So let's briefly introduce these two words. About loyalty, and in Confucius' teaching, and he said, well, loyalty can be to yourself and to your rulers and to other people. So I've already quoted some of the original text in my solo part, so I would like to hear your kind of interpretation about loyalty.
yes, loyalty is, as you were mentioning, because that's my strong belief also, that loyalty is not only the word that we generally believe, that loyalty is about just being obedient to, you know, to the people around you, or in your relationship to the person, you know, loyal to your parents. Actually, loyalty is more of a personal term also. It starts within. So first, you have to be loyal to yourself. If you're not loyal to yourself, you cannot become a loyal person for other people. Yes. So it starts within, and you have to know like what is right, what is wrong, and what kind of human being you want to be, and you have to be loyal to your true nature also. And then in this way, and then it can extend to like you can become loyal to, you know, your boss, your parents, and as well as all other your friends, maybe any other circle, all kinds of people you interact with.
Indeed, one of the sentences about when you're at home, you try to have a kind of respectable behavior, and when you are at workplace, and you need to do everything with full attention and also with a reverence in your heart, and then to dealing with your friends, other people, you should have this loyalty. How about trustworthy? Actually, in Confucius' teaching, and talking about trustworthy, it does not necessarily mean you keep your words, you keep a promise about words. It's more than the words, and also about one's conduct and in our daily life. So, yeah, could you please share with us a little bit more about this?
I would like to proceed as you said, because you mentioned that it is more about conduct, and which means you, as far as I understood, is you mean like you show it by your actions, because if you keep on saying words that, you know, that the words that do not go well with your action, then you are not going to be a trustworthy person. So you have to be very reliable in terms of the words. So whatever you say, you show it in your actions.
Indeed, if we're talking about Junzi, and Junzi ashamed of his word, outstripping his actions. So in general, the Confucius just emphasized how important it is to speak slowly but act quickly. So I think that's a very good summary of this term, trustworthiness. Yes. So yes, we're almost getting the end of the conversation, and hope you understand better about these 4 terms of this chapter. So thank you for listening, and see you soon in next chapter.
Thank you. See you next time.